Alright, let's continue the interlude. I did cause the quest that actually stopped me from continuing was Nahida's story quest. So I did the first part. I would have finished it, I guess, if it didn't stop me again from doing it because she's busy in this quest. I mean, I wish we could just lock characters to a specific quest and then do those and have them open for other quests. I don't know why Genshin doesn't just do that, but here we are.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something? This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
So we were supposed to teleport here exactly from the tree? Yay, we're out! Woohoo, yeah!
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
Alright.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay? Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe. Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
I would prefer if you told her everything. In fact, I would have preferred... No, I would have preferred you to take it to your grave, traveler. What are you doing? Take it to your grave. You're supposed to take this to your grave.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible. Right, you can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life.
I don't know. Okay, so this is the thing. You can rewrite history. It doesn't mean that that history is correct or that history actually happened. That's how I see what happened with the tree thing. I don't think everything changed to make it so that what happened with the Lord Rukkhadevata thing is actually the truth. It's just the history of the world changed. The memories of the people living now and the people living in the past and the people who will live in the future will not remember the great Lord Rukkhadevata. But that doesn't change what happened. Right? That's the way I see it. And what that guy wants to do is change what actually happened, right? I don't believe that's possible.
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused. Huh?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress.
Are dumb people supposed to have mental stress this fast? Well, she's not really dumb because she understands what's the gravity of what's going on. She's just really stupid. Or rather, she's more stupid than a normal person. She isn't so stupid that you'd need help with every single thing.
But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
No, dude. Come on, dude. If that was true, Nahida would have disappeared as well. Stop. Stop.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
How about no? You can do it if you want, but I'm not following your stupid whims.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes, cream stew, sauteed matsutake, and dragon chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying salad.
Oh
Also,
my God.
Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and
She was still going. What the hell? What, did she sleep flying? Is that a thing she can do?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again?
Oh, she forgot. Balladeer? Who's that?
Balladeer?
Ah, yes. It happened. He did it.
Is that a food too? Weird name though.
Ah! Now you realize? Ether. Come on. You're acting slower than usual. Yeah, of course he did. He has access to the tree. He has some privileges to access the tree. And the tree is able to do that. So of course he's gonna try. For what he experienced, he probably would be willing to give up his life just to make sure that happened. Right? It was an obvious thing.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
Come on, you can't even tell Paimon. She might be evil. We don't know anything about Paimon, right? So she could be the evil god. She could be a spy sent by Celestia to watch us. She could be the freaking heavenly principles itself, right? Reincarnated into a little baby, a floating white-haired baby. But it would be helpful if you told her at least what's going on. It's because it's something she already knew before, right? So, I mean, whatever.
So, the Balladeer, is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something. Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to Inazuma. Inazuma da. Inazuma Ikuzo. Ikuzo. Yeah. All right. Okay, so my guess is the people are still there, but they've just forgotten what's happened.
Yeah.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions.
Okay.
Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive.
Okay.
But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
When he forged it? Not reforged?
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed.
Okay, so everything has been the same-ish for so far. They say he forged the blade, but it was actually reforging. But whatever.
In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this.
Okay.
He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth.
Okay.
There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Okay.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Huh?
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan.
What? Okay, this part is the same.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
The swordsmith? This is wrong. This part is wrong. Niwa went alone with his heart. No, he was killed, and then the freaking the freaking doctor guy gave the heart to freaking Balladeer, who went with it into the thing that absorbed the thingy, and then
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, The whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it.
This whole part is made up, bro.
Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Yeah, Balladeer is the one who freaking killed everyone after he found out, after the freaking doctor lied to him.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea.
He's still in.
He seemed well.
He's still here? Of course. Oh, maybe, yeah. I think he was probably just scared that the Balladeer might have changed the history so much so as to warp people's personalities. So in that sense, I guess they would have disappeared, but their physical bodies would still be here, though.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
Yeah, okay.
On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
So much for our trusty guide, right? Nothing, I don't think anything has changed. But whatever, we'll see what he's trying to cook.
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Oh, this guy.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Why? Just ask him.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
Yeah. What exactly has she been telling you?
What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the commissioner's behalf.
Sorry, I've been pretty quiet recently, like for the past 5 minutes. But that's because I'm trying to pick out what's different and what's not. I'm focusing my brain juice.
As for the commissioner himself, well, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Okay, so I guess I understand what exactly. It was the whole thing of where the memories change so much so as to affect their personalities and to change and warp where they believe to be in society. So for example, if the memories change so much, they think they're not the freaking Kamisato clan siblings, right? They think maybe they're part of maybe the Kaidahara clan or something. And they start calling themselves Kamisato Kaidahara. And, no, not Kamisato. Ayaka, Kaidahara Ayaka and Kaidahara Ayato. Yeah, you get what I mean, right? But I don't think anything would have happened to their physical bodies or anything like that. Nahida would have disappeared if that were the case.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor,
Jeez.
You're a hero to us all.
This statement is kinda watch what you say, Granny, alright? Alright? Watch what you say. Don't start putting me in some weird positions that I'm not really into.
I mean it.
Yeah. Sure.
Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home, but given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too,
Jesus Christ.
Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves.
What's with this tangent? This is wasting time. Alright, look, listen, Granny. I understand what you're trying to say, but can we get along? Can we get a move on? Can we move on from this? I mean,
Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole
she's still
family gets
going.
together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention.
I get it. I get it. Okay, listen, I understand. All right, can we finish up?
It's been
Oh
many
my
years
gosh.
now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time.
Let me guess, she's going to explain about the freaking what happened.
As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much.
What? Is this their mother? Wait a minute, what? The mother? Hold on a second.
So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take it as me confusing something there because he doesn't seem to be surprised. Or maybe I need to rewatch this part. I'll rewatch it later. I'm confused. I think maybe I saw the freaking parent, her talking about the parents die. Because I was tuning her out because she was just kept talking, bro. Oh my god. Alright, I'll reread it later. Or I'll just watch the video. Right? Yeah, I'll just do that.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'll put my thoughts on hold for this. I need to read.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next? Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right, then. Take care now.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Xavier? Who the heck is Xavier? Xavier. Oh, I remember him. The guy from Fontaine. The guy taking care of the thingy. Alright, I guess I'll have to do that first. Oh, God. I thought maybe it was smooth sailing now since Nahida was not involved. But I guess I'll have to... Damn it. Alright, guys. Give me a moment. I'll get it done. Alright. Alright. I did what I needed to open the quest, so let's just continue onwards. Let's just continue onwards and see what else we have to do. Alright, let's go.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Yeah, it's me.
Xavier? What are you doing here?
Xavier? What the hell? I thought it was Xavier. Never, whatever. I'll just follow what Paimon says.
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth.
I know that.
If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand? Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here. Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago.
Oh my god.
I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
The doctor. Yep.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
Jesus, hold on. Even Paimon's now feeling like the thing is going too slow.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge? Sure, go ahead.
Kabuki mono da. Kabuki mono da.
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
I don't know.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you.
Don't worry, you'll find out.
Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Alright, let's go. Let's do it. So you're not gonna take it to your grave, huh, are you? Well, I guess if someone should know, then they should know. I guess. I don't know. I don't know, bro. If I were him, I wouldn't tell them. Or rather, I would, I guess. Because I'm the guy who usually tells you things you need to know. Right?
Hey, it's them!
I'm not really fond of like beating around the bush or lying per se. So I'd rather tell you so that I don't have to lie later on. You know what I mean? Because if you lie, you gotta have to be able to keep up the story for as long as possible. And along the way, maybe a week or a month later, you might mess up and forget what story you had built up, and then it just becomes a problem. Telling the truth is always gonna be the truth, because that's what happened. The story won't change. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't think you understood what I'm talking about, but whatever.
You're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
No. No.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real
You
progress.
see, that's the reason why I was saying no. Oh no. No. No, come on, Ether. I don't want to read that again.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna cut this part out, so it's gonna be a couple of seconds for you guys, I guess. So, okay, I read through the whole thing. A majority of it is still the same, right? The parts which are there's some parts which feel different, or maybe I'm just remembering them wrong. But there's some parts which, because some parts talk about the kabuki mono, right? And those have been switched out, so the details are a bit different. But this yellow, this highlighted area, this yellow text is the thing that's vastly different, or rather I feel is new text. Let me just say that. Yeah, this talks about a yokai. Well, it's not that important, I guess, because it might be explained later in context of the story, right? But just know that this part is the part that's different, and like this part was where the kabuki mono was, and it's been removed. Yeah. Okay.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
No, it's fine.
Here.
No. Oh my god. Alright, give me a second. Okay, so for this one, the text, this yellow text is a bit different. It's not like it wasn't there, but it's just a bit different. Of course, of course the character has been removed from the story, so it's gonna be different, but like, this one, well, for this guy, it's all made up shit, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not reading the white text again, bro. I'm not reading that whole thing. I read the yellow stuff, though.
Well, what do you think?
No, it's not, dude. Maybe this guy. But this guy... What kind of school accepts... Unless they asked specifically for a story, but if they wanted an essay, this guy is better.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Fine.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Okay.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
Oh my god, just trash it, bro.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Alright, let's talk to Nahida.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma. The balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh my god, even she forgot. Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me? Traveler?
The record keeper, huh?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Alright, tell them. Do it. Loathing of the god, for the gods, okay.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
Yep.
But how was he even able to do that? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
How? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's weird. Or maybe this is... I could maybe attribute this to the fact that Irminsul is a more magical concept than it is... what's the word? Logical? A much more magical concept than a logical concept, right? Rather than a logical archive of the world, like something that just records and stores information, it's some kind of magic-y thing. Magicking, you know? Connected to the world's existence in a magical... Well, I guess maybe it was always that way, and I just assumed it was more of a logical... It was more of a practical, logical... You know what I mean, I guess. You get what I'm talking about. It's just now sinking in that this thing is that magical to the point where it bends reason and logic. Magicking things into existence and magicking things out of existence. Well, okay.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Yeah.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
Oh, right. Paimon didn't understand. She also didn't understand before. Right? At the tree. And since she lost those memories, we have to explain this thing over again.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Okay, so you can tell now. Oh my god. Alright. I guess maybe you are taking it to your grave.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, bringing back people and killing people just because he changed history is beyond reason. This is why I thought the tree was more of a change what's written sort of thing, not actually replacing and removing and adding physical properties to the world, right? That's the thing. I guess I already explained this. You understand what I'm talking about.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Alright. Doing some Google searching in the freaking server.
Found it.
Alright.
This should be the one.
Whoa. Okay.
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner.
What?
You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
Huh? That doesn't make any sense though. Like, how does that work? I don't understand. I understand the fact that she wrote a story in a way that couldn't be changed, right? But if everything was erased or replaced, right? Why wouldn't this be replaced? Like, doesn't the freaking... Does it only replace parts of it? I thought it does, like, a whole freaking wipe. Like, the whole thing just gets redone. You know what I mean? Like the whole freaking thing. The whole Ermin soul just freaking wipes everything and starts a new clean slate of like rewriting everything. Okay, whatever. I guess maybe if it only changes parts of it. And the Balladeer didn't even really have that much strength left, so maybe he couldn't even... Okay, it makes sense, I guess.
Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that.
Yeah.
But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna accept it, dude.
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the Balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them.
What the hell?
But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice.
This guy looks like Niwa, right? The red thing here, as well as the bangs that covered the face. You remember Niwa Kaidahara? Like even the fox even has the thingy.
A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
Jesus Christ, dude. the freaking BGM is not helping as well.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
Jesus Christ, dude. Is this fairy tale? God damn. This is some messed up, horrific, freaking nightmarish. Oh, Jesus.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Oh, damn.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon.
Damn.
How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Jeez.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer's story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with.
Defend themselves with for what? From what?
Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Okay.
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
Yeah, it feels weird.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
You were the one who kept freaking throwing sass at him every freaking remark he made. You freaking rebutted it, Paimon. You were up to your freaking neck in in anger and annoyance. Oh my god.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
I don't think he died. In fact, I'm sure he didn't die because he appeared in the event.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
We're gonna find him during the walk.
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Who is
It
it?
must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
How is Paimon not the best character? I mean, she has dementia and all, but like, what's this? Oh my god. Shade upon. Okay, give me a moment to freaking finish. Okay, yeah. Okay, give me a moment to finish this freaking thing. Why do they have to? Oh my god. Every time.